than your delta math. So inequalities, let's see. Well, solving an inequality is exactly the same as solving the equation with one exception. What is the exception? Any ideas? There's one rule for solving inequalities. What is it? Oh, everyone close their Chromebooks. You're not working in delta math right now. Close your Chromebook. What is the one rule? Close it, close it, close it. Please and thank you. What is the one rule? What makes an inequality different from an equation other than the symbol? Has to do something about multiplying or dividing by a negative. Yeah, if you multiply or divide by a negative, you have to flip the inequality. Okay, that's the only rule that's different. So let's see if I'm going to solve this equation. Okay, so if I'm going to solve this equation, Gianna, what would you do first? And remember that you always want the variable to be on the left side. You want it to be x equals y equals x is greater than y. So you always want the variables on the left. I'm going to subtract 9t first. Is that okay? I'm going to move the variable first. Always. I always move the variable to the left. You want the variable on the left side. So 4 minus 9 is what? 4 minus 9 is what, Matthew? Negative 5t minus 8 is less than a positive 3. All right, Justice. Now what do you want to do? You don't even know? How about if we add the 8 to both sides? How about if we add the 8 to both sides? So I have negative 5t is less than 11. Next step, Brian. Carly, will you come here for a second, please, and thank you. Divide by what? Divide both sides by negative 5. Divide both sides by negative 5. So when I will you redo those? Throw those other ones away. Here you go. Just throw them away. So I'm going to divide by negative 5. I'm dividing by a negative. So what do I need to do, Tayana? Yeah, flip the inequality. Flip the inequality. So t is now greater than negative 11 fifths. T is greater than negative 11 fifths. Okay. Next one, Brayden, what do you want to do first? I didn't hear you. Say again. Yeah, subtract 3p from both sides. Good job. So 10p minus 3p is 7p plus 2 is greater than or equal to negative 6. Seamus, what do you want to do next? Subtract 2 from both sides. Subtract 2 from both sides. Carly's making my filled out copy right now. 7p is greater than or equal to, what is negative 6 and negative 2? Negative 8. All right. Delilah's not here. All right, Bailey, what do you want to do next? We're trying to get P all by itself. What do you want to do next? Divide by 7. Guys and gals, you need to move your hands off your face so I can hear you. It's not like mouse talk here. We're young adults. We can speak out. I hear you guys in the hallway. I know you can talk. So do I have to do anything special with the inequality because I'm dividing that negative 8 by 7? Am I dividing both sides by a negative, Jaden? No, so I'm not going to flip my inequality. P is greater than or equal to negative 8 sevenths. P is greater than or equal to negative 8 sevenths. Thank you so much, ma'am. All right, so now we're getting a little bit harder. Now we're getting a little bit more challenging, right? So what am I going to do here? What am I going to do first? Tayana, what do you want to do first? Yeah, this is that negative sign is like a -1. Miss Harrell. So this negative, I'm going to distribute that. So negative 4p, a negative 1 times a positive 5 is a negative 5p, and a negative 1 times a negative 4 is a positive 4, is less than or equal to 7p plus 10 plus 3p. All right, no Violet today. Travis, what do you want to do next? Yeah, good job, Travis. We can combine that negative 4p and that negative 5p on the left, and we can also combine that 7p and 3p on the right. So negative 4p and negative 5p is negative 9p. Negative 9p plus 4 is less than or equal to 10p plus 10. Good job, Travis. All right, Aiden, what do you want to do next? Subtract 10p from both sides. So negative 19p plus 4 is less than or equal to 10. All right, Cameron, you're up. It is a 4. Subtract 4 from both sides. So negative 19p is less than or equal to 6. Negative 19p is less than or equal to 6. What do you want to do next? Jaden. Oh, you go ahead. Go ahead. Sure. I'm going to move that over here. Negative 19p is less than or equal to 6. Divide both sides by negative 19. Jaden, I'm dividing both sides by negative 19. What do I need to do? Do you see how I'm dividing both sides by a negative number? Do you see in the example above, we divided both sides by negative 5 and we flipped? We flip it. Good job. When you divide by both, you have to divide both sides, right? So we're going to flip that. So now p is greater than or equal to, and I always move the negative up top, negative 6 over 19. P is greater than or equal to negative 6 over 19. Good job, guys and gals. All right, Jansen, you're up. What do you want to do first? What do you want to do first? Yeah, we want to distribute. Say that in Espanol. Distribuir, something like that. Mrs. Banco used to say distribuir. Say it one more time. Distribuir. Okay, it sounds so pretty when you guys say it. All right, so let's see. I'm taking that negative 5 and multiplying it through. So I have 5r. A negative 5 times a negative 7r is a positive 35r. Negative 5 times positive 9 is a negative 45, greater than or equal to, and nothing changes on the right. Negative 10r plus 9 minus 6r. All righty. Not here. Ashton, what do you want to do? Would you combine like terms first? Yeah, do that first. Yeah, let's do that first. I agree. So we have this on the left side that we can combine and this on the right. So 5r and 35r gives me 40r minus 45, greater than or equal to a negative 10r and a negative 6r is a negative 16r plus 9. So now you want to get the variable on one side. What do you want to move across? 16. Yeah, we're going to add 16r to both sides. Good job. So that gives me 56r minus 45 is greater than or equal to 9. All right, Lorenzo, what do you want to do? Yeah, good job. We're going to add 45 to both sides. Nice. All right. So 56r is greater than or equal to 54. So I'm going to kind of move that right here. 56r is greater than or equal to 54. Uriah, what do you want to do? Divide 50, both sides by 56. So R is greater than or equal to, can I reduce 54 over 56? No, I think they're both even. What if I don't know if I can reduce them? What could I do with that? Yes, but I could put it into my calculator. I could type into my calculator 54 divided by 56 and then ask for a fraction answer. Can you guys do that, please? 54 divided by 56. It's going to give you a decimal. Make it turn into a fraction, Uriah. Say it again, Kimber. Yes, 27 over 28. Remember, to turn something into a fraction, after you get a decimal answer, you hit the math button. And answer choice number 1 is fraction, right? Okay. All righty. Are we all good with that? Okay. Jose has $580 to spend at a bicycle store, and he's going to buy some new gear and biking outfits. It says assume all of the prices listed include tax. So the first thing he does is he buys a new bicycle for $284.52. He buys 4 reflectors for $15.65 each, and he buys a pair of bike gloves for $11.31. He plans to spend some or all of the money that he has left to buy new biking outfits, and they cost $31.95 each. The question is, how many outfits can he buy? So let's let X equal the number of outfits. And I want someone to tell me what they would think. Like, if you were doing a problem like this, how would you do this in your brain? What would you think about first? Yeah, I would get a total. I would say to myself, okay, well, I'm buying a new bike, I'm buying 4 reflectors and some gloves. How much does that equal? Let's see. Well, the new bike is $284.52 plus 4 times the reflectors, which are $15.65, plus that pair of gloves for $11.31. I need to see what my total is that I've already spent. How much money have I already spent? Amalia, you calculate that for us. Pick up your calculator and calculate that. Do that math for us, please, and thank you. Just total that, do that math expression or that math right there. Tell us what we get. Awesome. $358.43. So we've already spent $358.43. Plus, we want to buy some outfits. How much do our outfits cost? How much are our outfits? $31.95. And that's going to be per outfit. Whenever we say the word per, we have to attach something, right? That's our slope. And how much total money do we have to spend? We have 580 and we can't go over it. It says that he wants to spend some or all of the money. Some or all. What inequality are we going to use? Some or all is the same thing as saying less than or equal to, right? Less than or equal to 580. So how many outfits can he buy? Well, we're going to do what Jaden said. We're going to subtract that $358.43. That'll tell us how much money he actually has left. So Zan, tell me what 580 minus the 358.43 is, please.
Um,
221.57. Okay. Zan, if you wanted to figure out how many outfits X he could buy, what would you do? If you wanted to get X all by itself, what would you do next? Good job. Divide. Perfect. Divide both sides by 31.95. Tell me what you get, Zan. Okay, 6.93. Can you go to a store and buy 6.93 outfits? No. So what's the most amount of outfits he can buy without going over? 6. If he buys 7 outfits, he's going to go over. If he buys 7 outfits, he's going to go over budget. He can only buy 6 outfits. He'll have some money left over. Okay. Does that make sense? Yeah. All right. A shipping container will be used. Whoops, sorry about that. To transport several 80-kilogram crates across the country by rail. That's probably important. The greatest weight that can be loaded is 25,500. How do I show that the greatest weight can be no more than 25,500? What's that inequality look like? The container can't weigh any more than, less than or equal to. So whatever we do has to be less than or equal to 25,500. Okay. Well, they already loaded 11,100 kilograms of stuff onto the container. So that's just going to get added automatically. Plus we have these 80-kilogram crates. And we want to know how many crates, C, that we can load. So that's going to look like 80C. C is the number of crates. So let's see. So this is going to be the inequality that we write, because I think that this question asks you to write the inequality first and then solve. So how are we going to solve this? What do you think, Carla? What would you do? Yeah, subtract 11,100 from both sides. I agree. So Carla, will you do that math for me and tell me what you get? $14,400. I knew what you meant. I want to get 80 away from that C, Caden. What am I going to do to get C all by itself? Divide both sides by 80. Caden, you do that math and tell me how many crates we can put on that container. Yeah, the number of crates has to be less than or equal to 180. Less than or equal to 180. All right. Cooper has a points card for the movie theater. He receives 70 reward points just for signing up, and then he earns 8.5 points for each visit to the movie theater. He needs at least 260 points for a free movie. What inequality represents the word at least? Yeah, good job, Aiden. Greater than or equal to. So whatever we do has to be greater than or equal to 260 points. So, Kimber, how many points did he get right off the bat for signing up? So he gets 70 points right off the bat for signing up. And then how many points does he get every time he goes to the theater? So 8.5 per visit. So does that match any of the inequalities below? Which one? Yeah, this little guy down at the bottom left. Okay. All right, we're going to recycle the sticks. A group of friends wants to go to the amusement park. They have no more than $115 to spend. How do I show no more than $115, Gianna? Inequality wise, no more than $115. That's all right. Help her out, Aiden. Help her out. Yeah, no more than is the less than or equal to symbol. So whatever we do has to be less than or equal to 115. I have to pay for parking right up front. That's like an initial fee. And then tickets are $25 per person. I see that word per. So that looks like it's going to be my slope. And we're trying to determine the number of people, X. So Seamus, what's that going to look like? What's that going to look like? If I add 15 plus what? How do I show $25 per ticket? Yes, 25T, but we're going to use X because that's what it told us to use. Okay. Good job. Watch for that. I think I did a problem like this the other day with someone and we used the wrong variable. You got to make sure that you use the variable they assign or they'll count it wrong, right? So this is the inequality that we have. How are we going to solve this? What do you want to do first, Kimber? What do you want to do first, Kimber? Say that again. So I can't do anything with the 25 because it's attached to an X. Yeah, good job. We're going to subtract 15 from both sides. And when I do that, I have 25X is less than or equal to 100. Last step. Go ahead, Zan. Divide both sides by 25. So, sorry, what is it? X has to be less than or equal to 4. Less than or equal to 4. We have two more, both of which are graphing. Two more, both of which are graphing. All right. So our first problem has two inequalities. It's an inequality system. So there are some things that I want to remind you of. These are written in the same format as y equals mx plus b. It just has an inequality symbol instead of an equal sign. So the first thing that we're going to do is identify the slope and the y-intercept. Gianna, slope. Okay, well, hang on. We're going to do some writing first. So what is the slope? The slope is 1/2, and the y-intercept is 3. Next, we're going to look at the symbol. Greater than or equal to means that the line is solid or dashed. Solid, because it's got the bar underneath it. It's everything included, right? Greater than or equal to. God bless you. Am I going to shade above my line or below my line? Greater than means I shade above. Let's look at the next one. We're going to identify the slope and the y-intercept, and then the same thing. So slope, Caden, -1. Y-intercept, Caden, 6. Good job. Brayden, am I going to have a solid line or a dashed line? Look at your inequality. Solid or dashed? Dashed line. Good job. And am I going to shade above or below? Brayden, above or below? So less than symbol. Below. All right. So let's begin with that first one. We begin at 3. So I'm going to begin at +3. And that slope of 1/2 means I go up 1 and to the right 2. Up 1 to the right 2. Up 1 to the right 2. I can also go down 1 and to the left 2. Down 1 and to the left 2. Down 1 and to the left 2. I'm going to connect this with a nice solid line, and I am going to shade above. So that means that anywhere in the shaded region will produce an ordered pair that makes that inequality true, as well as anywhere on this line, right? Because it's a solid line. For the second inequality, I'm going to begin at positive 6. And this has a slope of negative 1, which means I go down 1 and to the right 1, down 1 to the right 1. And I'm going to connect these points with a dashed line. These are going to get connected with a dashed line. And I'm shading below. I'm shading below the line. So this means that any number in the shaded region that is not on the dashed line, but is on the purple line, is a solution. And I try to use two different colors so I can see where they overlap, because the overlap is the solution set, right? So any ordered pair in that green region would make this inequality system true. So name one ordered pair that would make the system true. Ashton, good.
5, -1.
Positive 5, -1 would not work. That's right down here. Right? I need to be in the S zone, the green zone. That's all right. Someone else try. -6, positive 4. Yep. Can someone give me another one? How about -3, positive 6? You guys get this? You're picking somewhere in the green zone. Okay. Our last one says, Raul and his children went into a restaurant that sells hamburgers for $8 each and tacos for $4 each. Raul has $80 to spend and must buy at least 11 hamburgers. So let's see. If I let X equal the number of burgers, sorry, and I'm going to let Y equal the number of tacos. What could I do for the first one? Well, remember when we learned about this, when I teach this, like we talk about money plus money has to equal money, right? So how much is a hamburger? $8. So 8X plus how much is a taco? 4Y has to be less than or $80. Money plus money equals money. The next one has to do with the amount of things. The amount of things. Well, I need to buy some number of hamburgers plus some number of tacos, and it has to be at least, which is greater than or equal to 11. Those are my two inequalities. Notice, though, that you have to solve them for Y. They have to be written as Y equals to graph them. So for the one that I did, the X plus Y is greater than or equal to 11. All I really need to do is subtract X from both sides. So this inequality is Y is greater than or equal to negative X plus 11. Y is greater than or equal to negative X plus 11. The second inequality, the 8X plus 4Y is less than or equal to 80. Well, I'm going to subtract 8X from both sides. So that gives me 4Y is less than or equal to negative 8X plus 80. I need to get Y all by itself. So what do I have to do now? Divide by, divide every single term by 4. Divide by 4, divide by 4, divide by 4. So Y is less than or equal to negative 2X plus 20. So Y is less than or equal to, I'm going to do that in a darker color. Y is less than or equal to negative 2X plus 20. So we have to graph these. So this first one has a slope of negative 1, and it crosses the y-axis at 11. So I begin at 11, and I'm going to go down 1 to the right 1, down 1 to the right 1. That's what my slope of -1 looks like, and I'm going to follow that all the way down. And it says it has to be greater than that, right? Y is greater than that. That means I'm shading above. Anywhere above that is a solution. So anywhere on the line or above it is a solution for the number of hamburgers and tacos that I need to buy. When I graph the second inequality, I begin at positive 20 because my y-intercept is 20. So this is my y-intercept, b equals 20. And my slope is -2. So I begin at positive 20 and I go down 2 to the right 1, down 2 to the right 1, down 2 to the right 1. And I continue that pattern. But this one is a less than or equal to. That means that I need to shade below my line. I'm shading below the line. So when I look at possible solutions, the possible solutions are going to be the green area, possible combinations of tacos and hamburgers that I can buy are this area in green. Okay. So remember that we said X is the number of hamburgers. That might help you determine a combination. And the Y-axis was the number of tacos. So what's a possible combination of hamburgers and tacos that I can buy? What is it? 6 and 6? Yep. 6 hamburgers and 6 tacos. What's another possible combination? 2 and 9. 2 hamburgers and 9 tacos. Do you guys see that? I can do 3 and 12. And so on. Anywhere in that green zone is going to be my solution, right? Anywhere in the green zone is the solution.